Coach, when we talked to Justin Houston last week, he said Lamar Jackson's the fastest quarterback he's ever faced, and no hesitation. What kind of challenge does he represent with that aspect of his game?
Well, when you're dealing with a guy that can run all phases of the running game, from A to Z, it's always a challenge. A guy when you can run that fast, can run sideline to sideline, can run inside the tackles. So it's a big challenge for us, and we're going to need all of our team's speed this week.
Mike Chappell.
On top of that, I guess how unique is this? The challenge when it's not just him, they've got 2 or 3 other guys that can break out if you're not careful. Do they really insist on you having discipline every play?
Yeah, it's like you're playing assignment football. When you're dealing with really the best running attack in football. They have all the varying runs. The staff there does a really good job of running the pro style runs with some different wrinkles in it, and then also has the other phases to it as well. So there's always challenges every single week, and this week is no different in regards to the varying runs that they execute, and they do it at a high level.
Just one quick follow-up. How do you replicate Lamar Jackson in practice? He's such a unique player.
You don't. You can't. You really can't. You can't really replicate that or the speed of it. And that's typical of every week, but it's more so this week because of the different ways they run the football, with the option phases to it and all that. So, we'll do the best we can. We'll have different guys in there at different times, and we'll do the best we can. I know our show team has done a really good job this year of giving us great looks, and I know they'll do a great job this week as well.
Joel Erickson.
Matt, was it good to see the way the pass rush played yesterday?
Yeah, it was good. It was good to get some different guys involved there. Taekwon and Autry and guys had some good pressures and yeah, it was good to see some progress there. Throughout the course of the game, and the guys stayed at it. They stayed at it. They didn't get they stayed determined and worked hard to get to the quarterback. And again, he got out of there a couple times, but they did a nice job yesterday.
Did you blitz more than usual yesterday?
We always mix it up a little bit. The numbers would probably say yes. And I think we did okay in that regard. But again, that changes week to week.
Jim Milo.
Just a quick follow-up. I mean, the numbers did say, I will say that, yeah, you blitzed more. Was there a particular reason why you wanted to try that this week?
I just think that it's really what's you think going into the game plan is going to be effective, and we have a plan going into it, and we decide, hey, we're going to do this many pressures or that many pressures, and sometimes that number goes up or down based on how your guys are humming, how the things are going. And you always have different packages of blitzes too, different coverage variations and different patterns that you want to run. Sometimes you run them late in the game like we did in Cincinnati, and sometimes you run them early in the game like we did yesterday. So I think you change it up by the down and distance and what you think is going to work that week.
What's the balance for you between looking at what an opponent's weakness is and trying to exploit it versus kind of like doing the things that your defense does well? And how do you find that week?
That's a great question because, you want to execute and you want to do you well, meaning that you want to execute your plan and what you do well and what you've practiced. But I think in your scheme, you got to have a little bit of variation to keep them off balance a little bit. And that's always the case when you're dealing with any football, anywhere you're coaching, it's college, pro, or anywhere. But you got to have variation to your scheme a little bit, and I think you can do that, but it also has to have the base fundamentals of what you believe in and what your fundamentals and what your rudiments of your unit are. So,
Kevin Bowen.
Matt, obviously there's a ton of factors that need to be in play for you guys to corral this rushing attack, but how much is kind of a spy on Jackson when he is throwing it something that you guys will look to?
Yeah, and again, you can do that a lot of different ways. You can do that with just rushing 4 guys and gaming that up to keep them in there. You can rush with 5 guys and then give the appearance of 5 guys and keep a guy in there and then rush with more than that. So you're going to have to utilize all those things this week to be able to corral him when he's back there, because he's dangerous when he's back there, and he's done a nice job of hitting guys down the field.
And then one follow-up on last week's practice. What did you see from Kamoko Toure when he was out there?
I thought he was good. He did a lot of show team reps for us, did some one-on-one pass rush a couple days, and he looked good. He looked good, and he's work in progress, and we're going to see where he is this week. But I thought he looked good.
Jim Ayala?
Yeah, I just wanted to double back on Taekwon. Obviously, he's been pretty efficient with the snaps that he's getting. One, does that mean, again, he'll maybe even get more going forward? And what has been the difference between Taekwon 2019 and Taekwon 2020, other than health?
Yeah, that's always the key point there. But yes, the health has been there, and also, I think he's progressing and understanding what works for him, and he's doing that in practice, and he understands what his pass rush move is and what his counter is, and understanding how to play the run and utilizing his power and intensity that he needs to within his body. And he's always been super smart. He's always known what to do in terms of his assignments and alignments. He can play all along the line, and we've never had an issue with that. And he's just now starting to really blossom and work his body and his mind at the same time to be productive on the field.
How satisfying is it for you as a coach when you say, we're going to give this guy more playing time, and then he kind of cashes in and makes it count?
No, that's good for him. I mean, that's what we want. We hope for all of our players. We believe in every one of our players. We trust in them that they're working really hard, and we drafted them, to do that exact thing. So we believe in him, and he's taken full advantage of the opportunities, and his opportunities will be given this week, how hard he works in practice, and he's going to continue to grow. So we're excited about Taekwon.